of getting my house ready for the holidays. Christmas is one of my favorite times of year because it makes working at Southern Living an absolute dream job, because I feel like we're working on the holidays for a little over half of the year. Here's what a day in the life is like working at Southern Living. We're here at the Meredith Food Studios, which is where we have the test kitchens for Food and Wine, Cooking Light, Real Simple, People Magazine, and best of all, Southern Living. Right this way. This is where we test and develop recipes and produce all of the food content that you see in the magazines and online. I'm finishing up testing this caramel sauce recipe. I'm going to drizzle it on this plain cheesecake that I made yesterday. We're gonna put it on the cake stand, drizzle the caramel sauce, and then take it to the taste testing panel. Hey, Ivy. Hey, Katie. Hey, Callie. Cheesecake time. Plain cheesecake. This is caramel sauce. So this recipe used a basic graham cracker crust. It had 2 cups of graham crackers, 1/4 cup of sugar, and a 1/2 cup of melted butter. Sour cream, which I like the addition of that in there.
The crust is not baked, correct? You said you just put the press in. I might like it baked, a little toastier and a little more crisp.
I totally agree.
I agree, yes.
I love how tangy the filling is with the addition of the sour cream, but I feel like the caramel sauce is just really sweet.
I want to add salt.
Oh, perfect.
A pinch of sea salt would be so nice.
Yes.
All right, thanks y'all. I'll make all these changes and then I think we'll see it again either tomorrow or the next day.
That sounds great.
Thanks, Ivy.
Today, I am developing a recipe. I already have most of the ingredients, but there are a couple of things that we have here on hand in the pantry that I need to go grab really quick. Here we are. I'm grabbing honey out of the pantry, then heading in the fridge, which we keep at a balmy 37 degrees, to grab the Duke's mayo, obviously, and then in the freezer, which is my least favorite room in this entire place because we keep it at about -2. I have to go in there to grab our pecans out of our nut storage. When the editors asked me to develop a recipe, I wanted to make something that was quintessentially Southern, but something that I completely made my own. It is not your mama's version of broccoli salad. I have elevated it to the Ivy version of broccoli salad, and I'm so excited for y'all to have this so it can be your new go-to broccoli salad recipe. Super golden brown. I'm not looking for this to be really cooked. Look at that, clean spoon. Ain't no broccoli salad recipe complete without bacon. Are y'all ready? I'm ready. Here we go. It's so pretty and so delicious. This is the prop room for the Meredith Food Studios. It has every single prop you could ever imagine, like dark metal with silver handles, and if that's not enough, dark metal with a black handle. Look at this room, y'all. I mean, how could you not love it? We're going to do a big serving platter with the broccoli salad piled high, and then do what we like to call a scoop out, which literally means a scoop out of broccoli salad, a beautiful pile of broccoli salad in this serving bowl, a scoop out on this plate. We are going all out. Sometimes we have to play developer, food stylist, and photographer. We can judge how good a recipe is based off of how quickly the food in this bowl will disappear. Hey, Sarah.
What you got here?
Broccoli salad.
What's all in this, Ivy?
Pickled onions and apple and fennel and bacon. You want to know what I used for my vinaigrette?
I do want to know.
I used the pickled onion liquid.
Nice.
This looks amazing.
This is really good. Quite delightful right
All
there.
right. Hey, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
Well, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about our September lineup for the magazine, and we just want to make sure this story on freezer meals is really beautiful.
When I think of a freezer meal, I think we always run meals that are, you know, casseroles because they're super easy to freeze.
Yes.
But I think an unconventional recipe that people don't think about is like freezer waffles.
If we did a waffle, it could be kind of cool to do a savory waffle.
Oh, yum, like
Maybe.
a cornmeal.
Thank you so much for your help. I'm
Yeah,
going to
you're
see if I
welcome.
can get you on this story for development.
My job at Southern Living living in the test kitchens is literally a dream come true. When I was little, I always saw Southern Living on my mom's coffee table. It is just so cool to be a part of something that has been a part of me my entire life. See what I mean when I say it's a dream job? And it's not all food and china patterns at Southern Living. This fall, we sat down with Oscar winner Octavia Spitzer. She told us how her Alabama roots keep her grounded.
I think being a Southerner, it's just who I am. Southerners are very generous. I remember, if your car breaks down in the South, you don't have to know anybody. You always get some stranger coming up to help you. Doesn't happen anywhere else. I try to make sure that I ground all of my characters in that sense of reality because, first of all, that's who I am. You can't really take who you are away from the character because then you're dealing with something very hollow. I think the state of Alabama, because the state of Alabama was where it all began for me. It's where I had my first dream of moving to Hollywood. I was able to build characters based on, my upbringing and women that I knew and people that I knew. So yeah, it was quite appropriate to thank the state of Alabama. Being a Southerner is who I am, and it will always be who I am.
If you want more from our interview with Octavia Spitzer or to check out the rest of our video content anytime, connect with us on social media. You can find Southern Living on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. More Southern Living coming your way. When we come back, we have great ideas for throwing the perfect holiday party that kids and adults will love. Plus, we head to Memphis for some world-famous barbecue spaghetti. This tree is not gonna trim itself. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. One of the things I love about Christmas is all of the parties. Getting dressed up and spending time with your friends and family and eating all the food. Katie Jacobs shows us how to throw a sweet get-together for all ages.
Hey y'all, I'm Katie Jacobs. Today I'm so excited to bring you a gingerbread house party. So you don't have to always use a tablecloth. Sometimes it's fun to change things up and use something with a different texture, like a really inexpensive throw like this one. So I'm using a bunch of different cake stands. They're all different heights, all different shapes, which adds some interest to the center of your table. And now for the fun part, the gingerbread houses. So I like to keep them in gingerbread and white, just to keep everything in the same white vein. Pour the sugar all around the gingerbread houses to cover up that cardboard and also make it look like snow. Now to keep layering our table, I always love using fresh greenery on the holidays. I just cut some evergreens out of my backyard, just adds an extra element and they smell amazing. I always think it's fun to add a little punch, so solid ornaments in different textures and sizes. So I'm just gonna incorporate these throughout the greenery. A great addition is candlelight. As the evening dims, it just kind of sparkles everything you've got going on down the center of your table. Now that the centerpiece is done, it's time to set the table. So I like using a more rustic charger like this wooden one. It's inexpensive, it can be used year-round with lots of holidays. Also, I always tell everyone to invest in great white dishes. I love these red and white hem stitch napkins. I like to lay them on the plate kind of in an unexpected place. And then we're adding salad plates or dessert plates with our gingerbread houses for our guests to decorate. So we've definitely gone more casual with our charger and dishes. I like to pair it with something a little bit more elegant, like my grandmother's silver and some fine crystal. Kind of mixes that casual and elegant together, which will make your table a showstopper. I like to go ahead and put a gingerbread house at each seat and then supply the decorations for each person on a beautiful little Christmas plate and even their icing. After all said and done, now it's time for dessert. A little peppermint mocha, coffee, a little bit of crushed peppermint, and of course, a gingerbread house made to fit the size of your mug. Cheers. So even if you're not hosting a gingerbread house party, this would still be a beautiful setup. And have fun with your kids, friends, and family. Happy holidays.
Gingerbread may be a seasonal thing, but down here, barbecue is celebrated all year long. Southern Living Test Kitchen Director Robbie Melvin takes us to Memphis for classic ribs, plus a barbecue and pasta combination as unique as the city where it was born.
I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee with Eric Vernon, pitmaster, sauce maker, owner of this classic Memphis smokehouse, the Barbecue Shop. You guys are known for the originators of the Texas Toast barbecue sandwich.
Yes, we are.
And the originators of the legendary barbecue spaghetti.
Yes, sir.
What I want to talk about, though, is your ribs. Now, I know you got some ribs cooking here somewhere.
If you're ready for some life-changing ribs,
I'm ready.
I got some in the back waiting on you.
Changed my life, my friend.
All right,
Let's
come
do
on.
it.
Yesterday, we took the ribs, rubbed them down with our special rib seasoning, and we let them marinate overnight. Come in the morning, we usually take off our butts, and then we put ribs on. These have been cooking for 3 to 4 hours, and that seasoning is just seeping into the skin.
Sure.
Gives it this kind of golden flavor look.
You can see it's got that great color. Now, the original pit, man, I would love to see that. I know there's a story behind that one for sure. You got the marinade, the smoke, and wow, now this additional smoke right here.
Yeah, this puts another layer of flavor to our ribs.
Okay.
And this is also the original pit when we built everything from the ground up.
Now, I'm kind of seeing this young man right here has been sort of looking over my
Oh, that's
shoulder
the original
here.
pit master.
Give me these times and get out the way, let me do this.
I will.
Mr. Vernon, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just wonderful.
You've done this a time or two, I'm imagining.
Oh, probably over 35 years. You know, these ribs has got to have that loving, tender care.
Tell me what we got here.
This is our dry rib, and it has a dry rub that we came up with that's very good.
Now, this dry rub, is this the Dancing Pig seasoning right here?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it. That's it. Now, the thing about when you cook dry ribs, you have to know what you're doing because there's nothing to hide. There's
Nothing to hide. That's a great point.
Yeah, there's nothing to put on it that's going to create some moisture and tender it up. Right. So when I serve dry ribs, I have to make sure these are cooked properly.
And over here, we've got something very different.
This is the glaze. It's our version of our mild sauce, but it's a little bit thicker. It sticks to the rib, has a little bit of a citrus background, and then we still add just a drop of dry on the top.
It's very tacky, kind of sticky. You can tell it's been reduced down. Oh, man.
And
totally different.
Yeah. Honestly, the glazed dry is the reason we got ranked #1 ribs in America.
That's right, #1 rib in America.
Yeah.
So this, you're telling me, this right here,
that's what pushed us over the edge.
that's the #1 rib in America.
Yes.
I would have to agree with that. I mean, that is fantastic, both fantastic. You guys do this and do it well, but you also do many other things well.
Well, I'm gonna have to give you some more examples.
I gotta try some
but
spaghetti.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to blow your mind, okay?
I'm ready.
This is Mr. Brady Vince's creation.
This is the original, the OG.
It's the original. Literally, we take the base for the barbecue spaghetti and we smoke it for 12 hours on the pit.
Wow.
So it looks like it's just sauce and noodles. And you can try sauce and noodles, but it won't taste like
It won't
this.
taste like that. Is definitely not noodles and sauce.
No, but you can definitely taste the smoky flavor involved.
Oh man, so much. Oh, Eric, how long have you guys been in business here?
31 years.
Now, it was originally Brad and Lil's?
Brady and Lil's.
Brady and Lil's, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Brady and Lil's, and this is Mr. Brady and his wife. And that started in the early to mid 60s. And Mr. Brady was a railroad cook who had a divinity to be able to own his own business, but he also had a definitive love for pasta and barbecue.
Well, Eric, man, I cannot thank you and your family enough for having us in here today and feeding us so well.
So tonight when you go home,
yes,
you're gonna feel a little sluggish. And you're gonna wanna call someone and say something's wrong with you. But that's just shopitis.
Shopitis.
And if you lay down for about 45 hours, all that'll go away. You're gonna wake up refreshed.
Shopitis.
I'm just telling you, many people have suffered from shopitis.
I welcome the shopitis, man. It is worth every single bite. It's been a great day for us. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You can find all of our Barbecue&A episodes on Southern Living's YouTube channel. While you're there, subscribe and click the bell so you never miss an episode. More mouth-watering Southern Living food coming your way. Up next, we're going to let you in on a few of our Southern Living test kitchen secrets, plus a hot chocolate pie you'll want to add to your recipe box. I'll see y'all in a few minutes.
I just pan roasted a pork tenderloin, and I don't want to wash out the pan because the residue in the skillet is solid gold. I'm going to use this to make a pan sauce. I'll add shallots, a little mustard, add some honey, and bring the mixture up to a little simmer. You'll add some salt and pepper, and then we're going to pour in a little white wine. That's called deglazing. This gets all the little brown bits off the skillet and into your sauce. Allow the mixture to cook until it's a little bit thickened, about a minute. Once the mixture has reduced a bit, you're going to whisk in a 1/4 cup of butter. You can't just let it melt or it will separate, so you want to whisk in the entire time that the butter's melting. Some fresh herbs, tarragon and parsley today. Having a pan sauce takes a pork tenderloin to an all-new level. I'm Karen Rankin with Southern Living, and that's today's tip from the test kitchen.
Hot chocolate is the perfect way to get in the holiday spirit, but sometimes, even though it's December, it can just be too hot in the South for a warm drink. That's why we created the perfect icebox pie that still gives you the classic flavor of hot chocolate.
I'm pretty sure the best thing about hot cocoa is that it's just as milky as it is chocolatey. I'm gonna show you how to make a hot chocolate icebox pie. In a medium-sized saucepan, you're gonna add 2½ cups of milk, along with 5 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa. And then these next 2 ingredients are kind of the secret. So first you wanna add 3 tablespoons of powdered milk. And then my last secret is 1 teaspoon of instant coffee granulations. I'm going to whisk this together and then turn the heat up to about medium-high. In a separate clean bowl, you're gonna pour 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. First, you wanna incorporate the sugar, the cornstarch, and the salt, and then 4 egg yolks. Your mixture will be a deep yellow, almost the color of mustard. And what you need to do is you need to whip rather vigorously to lighten the color until it's a light pale yellow. So once you're finished whisking, your egg yolk mixture should look something like this. Once your mixture comes to a simmer, lower the temperature to low, just to keep the mix hot. And then take a measuring cup, I use a 1 cup size, to scoop out some of the hot liquid. And you're gonna add a total of 1 cup of the steaming cocoa mixture to the egg mixture, just to add a little bit at a time and incorporate it before adding more. This process is called tempering the eggs. And what it does is it increases the temperature of the eggs so that they cook slowly and they don't scramble on you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna increase the temperature on the saucepan back up to medium-high, and we're gonna slowly incorporate this mixture into the chocolate mixture. Now we're gonna whisk continuously for about 5 minutes until it's about the consistency of a pudding. Turn the heat on your stove off and add 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Now we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes before putting it into our pie crust. Pour it into a pre-made graham cracker crust. And this needs to rest in the fridge for at least 12 hours. We're gonna add a nice dollop of marshmallow cream. And on top of this, I'm gonna sprinkle some crushed peppermints, but you could add shaved chocolate or cocoa powder. The coffee really brings out the chocolate flavor. And with the marshmallow cream and the peppermints, it's sure to remind you of your favorite cup of hot chocolate.
That's the perfect recipe for those heat spells that we get in the winter. I'm almost done with my Christmas tree, but we have more Southern living coming right up. Still ahead, a Southern etiquette guide to hygiene. You do not want to be this person in a holiday traffic jam. We'll be right back with that. For Southern Living anytime, be sure to subscribe to the Southern Living YouTube channel. You'll find all our shows, Southern celebrity interviews, and how-tos on our best recipes. Most of us are always on the go at Christmas, shopping, parties, and traveling, but that is no excuse for your manners to become lax. Our etiquette expert, Betsy Cribb, shows us a horrifying scenario you don't want to be caught in.
People often treat cars as extensions of their homes, and we get it. Breakfast on the way to work can be a total lifesaver, and sometimes that last swipe of mascara just has to happen at the stoplight. But just because your car feels like home doesn't mean that you're not in view of the general public. People can still see you, so save the flossing and the other personal maintenance for the bathroom.
At least he's flossing. Speaking of, have you seen the dance move called flossing? We asked some Southern kids to show us that move, plus several others from a video game that most parents are familiar with, Fortnite.
I grab the books, I bring them over, pull them back, throw them.
Can you do that?
No, it's impossible, basically.
Wait, is this gonna go viral? I had the best time with y'all. My house is feeling a lot more festive, and now I'm gonna relax. Thanks for spending time with Southern Living. Bye, y'all.